The woman was playing games with the children at home when she suddenly heard her husband return. Everyone immediately stood in a line obediently, holding out their hands. After entering, the man began checking the palms and backs of each child's hands one by one. He then gave each of the two children a box of cookies. The woman who didn't receive cookies began crying tearfully. The man merely coldly warned her not to cry in front of the children. One night, the woman finally escaped the prison that had held her captive for 13 years, spotting a passing vehicle in the distance. She knew this was her only chance to survive. She sprinted toward the highway with all her might, but tragically, she was struck by a speeding car and severely injured. Soon, the ambulance arrived at the hospital. Doctors and nurses rushed the woman inside for emergency treatment, leaving no one to tend to the little girl. The child seemed to be in such a place for the first time. She recited the words on the signboard word for word, then began counting each step she took. Perhaps this was the only way she knew to pass the time. Soon, Lucy, the nurse assigned to watch over her, approached. The girl's first reaction was to hold out her hands for examination. They learned the girl's name was Hannah. Her mother's name was Lena. Since the driver who hit Lena had fled the scene, Lucy asked Hannah about the accident. To Lucy's surprise, Hannah insisted the driver was not at fault. She claimed the driver had stayed to care for her mother after the accident, only leaving once the ambulance arrived. Hannah added that her mother frequently made mistakes at home, often bumping into table legs by accident. She even had to accompany her mother to the bathroom constantly to prevent her from falling into the toilet. Suspecting Lena's alcoholism caused the accident, Lucy asked Hannah if her mother drank often. The answer was that her mother only drank water. At first, Lucy dismissed the child's perspective as peculiar, but Hannah's subsequent remarks completely overturned her judgment.
Она хотела случайно убить папу.
Realizing the gravity of the situation, Lucy immediately notified the police. Soon, female detectives arrived at the hospital. Lucy informed them. The child refused to disclose the family address, claiming it was a household rule the address was their secret. The detectives ordered their subordinates to return to the accident scene for further investigation, while Lucy remained to conduct a detailed inquiry. Since the psychologist hadn't arrived yet, the female detective could only proceed by other means for the time being. Meanwhile, upon seeing this case in the system at the police station, another officer immediately dialed the phone number of an old friend. That friend happened to be Lena's father. Upon hearing the news, the couple's eyes widened in disbelief. Could their child, missing for 13 years, truly be alive? The man hung up before the officer could finish describing the situation, rushing to the hospital with his wife. Cut to Lucy, who handed Hannah some drawing paper. Hannah immediately sketched her home. Seeing Hannah's drawing, Lucy finally realized the situation was far more complex and terrifying than she'd imagined. Hannah drew herself and her brother, noting he was timid, and stayed home to help clean the floor grime. She then drew sealed windows. When Lucy questioned why she never looked outside through the windows, Hannah insisted it was unnecessary, since an air circulation system supplied fresh air.
Вентиляция снова работает. Все хорошо.
Спасибо, пап.
Lucy tentatively asked for their address again, only to receive the same reply, "It's a secret." Hannah emphasized, they absolutely must not be discovered by outsiders. Lucy relayed this information to the female agent. She deduced there was another boy in the house, combining the ventilation system and the drawing with the girl's rules.